Good morning everyone. In the last class I had explained you the concept of drift velocity. In continuation with the drift velocity, the next point we are doing today is an expression for drift velocity. So there is a small derivation to derive the drift velocity, and that expression which we are going to derive today is Vd is equals to minus Pe upon m into 2. This is a small derivation, it carries 3 marks and it is very important from your exam point of view. The second point which I am going to deal with today is in continuation with drift velocity. Another term related to drift velocity is mobility of a charge carrier. It is denoted by mu. Let us find out the definition of it and also let us write a SI unit of mobility. The third point is also very important. It is a small derivation once again. We are going to derive an expression for current in terms of drift velocity. That is, today we are going to derive the equation I is equals to NAE into Vd. So these are the 3 points which I am going to cover today. So let us begin with the first point. The first point I have written here. For these two derivations, figure required is one and the same, which I had also drawn last time to derive J equals to sigma E. For all the 3 derivations, you can draw the same figure. So again I have drawn the same figure which I had explained last time. I will tell you once again what is this figure. This is a conductor, conducting wire you can see, length of which is L, uniform area of cross section is A. Now if you want current in any conductor, you have to connect a battery across it. So I have connected a battery across it. So whenever you connect a battery across a conductor, the negative electrons are dragged towards the positive end, and I told you what is drift velocity. The average velocity with which the electrons are drifted or dragged towards the positive end of the conductor is called as drift velocity. So the moment you apply the electric field across the conductor, electrons begin to move towards the positive end with the drift velocity Vd. This E is the symbol for electron, and the electric field is always from positive terminal to negative terminal. So you can see the directions of Vd and E. So the direction of drift velocity is always opposite to that of the applied electric field. So this concept I had told you last time. This was the definition of drift velocity. Now we are actually going to derive an equation for drift velocity. So how to begin with the derivation? So let us write first the definition of electric field. First chapter you have studied is electric charges and fields. There we had defined electric field. What is electric field? The basic definition of electric field is it is force acting on unit positive charge, or you can say E is equals to F upon Q. Or if you cross multiply, you will get F is equals to Q into E. So because of the electric field E, the force acting on a charge Q is nothing but F equals to QE. This is the general equation. Now here, the charge Q is nothing but your electronic charge E. So I have written charge Q as E here. So F is equals to minus EE. Why I have put a negative sign? The direction of the force and the direction of the electric field. Force and velocity are in this direction. Electric field is in this direction. So the force and the electric field, they are oppositely directed. So I have written a negative sign over there. So I got the equation F is equals to minus E into E. Don't get confused between small e and capital E. Small e is the electronic charge and capital E is the applied electric field. Now let us write F in terms of M and A. Last year many a times you have derived the relation from Newton's second law of motion, that is F is equals to Ma. So we shall be using that concept now. So this force F is also equals to M into A. Now let us take A on one side. So I get A is equals to minus EE upon M. So I got an expression for acceleration acting on this moving electron, and I have written it as equation 1. Now this is regarding acceleration. Now next point is how the path of the electron is in the conductor. This also concept I had explained last time. I have shown the electrons moving straight towards the positive end. But what happens is When the electrons are moving towards the positive end, the path is not a straight one because there are many atoms in the conductor. And the electron goes on colliding with different atoms in the conductor like this. So the path becomes zigzag like this, but finally they reach the positive end of the conductor. So before reaching the positive end, they encounter many collisions. So they collide, the moving electrons collide with different atoms in the conductor. Now with reference to the collisions, there is a need to define one more term, a very important term usually asked for 1 mark, and that term I call it as relaxation time. So I have denoted it as tau. So this is a new concept to you, so try to understand clearly what is the definition of relaxation time. Suppose these are the two collisions. Electron is moving like this. The average time between two successive collisions, it is called as tau. So remember the definition of relaxation time. It is the average time taken by the electron between two successive collisions. So between two collisions, time required is tau. They are moving with an acceleration a and the final velocity is vd. So for this motion, we shall apply again the equation of motion which you had learned last time. The first equation of motion, we must be knowing that final velocity v is equals to initial velocity plus at. V is equals to v0 plus at. So we shall apply this equation of motion to this collision. So immediately after the first collision, the initial velocity is 0. Then they take on the drift velocity. So final velocity is vd, initial velocity is 0, acceleration is a, and the time between two collisions is tau. So I have written it as a into tau. So if you simplify this, if you take a on one side, you will get the equation, not a on one side. If you take vd is equals, put the value of a here, minus ee upon n. So you will get the value of vd as minus ee upon n into tau. So this is the final equation. vd is equals to minus ee upon n into tau. So this is a very small derivation and very important from your exam point of view. The steps in this derivation are very simple. First draw the figure. First find out acceleration of the electron. Then define relaxation time. Then you get the equation of motion. vd is equals to a2. Put the value of a and you will get the final equation. So hardly 2-3 steps are there. So this derivation is asked for 3 marks. So this is the first point which I have to do today. That is expression for drift velocity in terms of relaxation time. Now let us move on to the second point. The second point, just the definition of that. So that is called as mobility of a charge carrier. Here the charge carrier is electron, so it is mobility of electron. So how to define mobility of an electron? I have written the definition here. Mobility mu is equals to Vd upon E. What is the meaning? How to define it? It is defined as the drift velocity per unit electric field. Now let us put the value of drift velocity which we have derived just now. We shall take the numerical value, in the sense we shall drop out the negative sign. So the magnitude of velocity Vd, I have written it as minus, it is only E upon m into 2 without the negative sign, numerical value, divided by the electric field. Then write it as E. If you simplify, E and E get cancelled. So you will have mu is equals to E tau upon m. So this is an expression for mobility of a charge carrier. So one very important point you can note down from this equation. What is that point? Say here, how does mobility depend upon mass of the charge particle? This is often asked for 1 mark. So you can see the relation here. Mu is inversely proportional to the mass of the charge particle. Mu inversely proportional to m. Also, they sometimes ask the SI unit of mobility for 1 mark. If you don't remember the SI unit, you can use the basic definition which you have in your mind. What is the definition? Drift velocity upon electric field. Put the unit of both. Unit of velocity and unit of electric field. Unit of velocity everybody knows. It is meter per second. What is the unit of electric field? One unit is, which you have said is Newton per coulomb. Another unit is based on the equation E is equals to dV by dx. It will be volt per meter. I will show you the second unit here. So the unit of electric field, I will write it as volt per meter. And if you simplify, meter comes to the numerator, it will be meter square per volt second. So this is the SI unit of mobility. So in this point, this is only a 1 mark question. Either they will ask you what is mobility for 1 mark, how does it depend on the mass of the charged particle, and the second one is the SI unit. So only 3 points. And second, I repeat, mobility is drift velocity per unit electric field. It is inversely proportional to the mass of the charged particle. SI will write very clearly. It is, remember, the meter square per volt second. So this is my second point, mobility. Now let us come to another important derivation. It is not a lengthy derivation. Once again, it is again a 3 marks derivation and very important. What is that derivation? It is a written expression for current in terms of drift velocity. Now for this derivation also, we shall make use of the same figure. So this is the figure, you already know the description of the figure. Now let us try to derive I equals to NAEVD. Now here I will define one more term for this given conductor. Let us write it as small n. Let us say N is the electron density in the conductor. What is the meaning of electron density? Electron density is the number of electrons per unit volume. So let us say this conductor is having electron density as small n. Now we shall find out what is the total charge in the conductor. So I want to find an expression for current. So in the first lecture we had this equation. What is current? What is current? Current is rate of flow of charge. So the steps in the derivations are very simple. Find out the value of the charge. Find out the value of time taken by the charge to cross the conductor. Put the value of Q and T, you will get an expression for I. So first let us find out Q, then we shall find out T, and then we shall find out I. Now how to find out what is the total charge in the conductor? So first we shall find out how many electrons are present in the conductor based on this definition. So if I want the number of electrons, it will be N into volume. So what is volume of this conductor? This is a cylindrical wire, if you say, length of which is L, area of cross section is A, therefore volume will be nothing but product of A into L. So I have written it here. I have put the volume value as A into L. So if I cross multiply N into volume is nothing but A into L. So how many electrons are present inside the conductor? It is nothing but N into Al. This is, so many electrons are there. Now what is the total charge in the conductor? You know, charge of one electron is E. Suppose there are 2 electrons, charge will be 2E, 3 electrons, 3E. Like this, how many electrons are there now? N electrons are there. So what is the total charge in the conductor? It is nothing but E into the number of electrons. So it will be NaL into E. So I got what is the charge in the conductor. So I have written an expression for charge in the conductor. That is Q is equals to NaL into E. Let us call it as equation 1. So I got the value of the numerator Q. Now I want to find out how much time this charge requires to cross the conductor. So these electrons we have seen, they move with a drift velocity Vd. Let us use the simple definition of velocity which we had learned last year. What is velocity? Velocity is rate of change of displacement. So here, to cross the length L of the conductor, this is L is the length of the conductor. To cross the length L of the conductor, suppose the electrons take a time t. Therefore, you can write velocity as distance upon time, that is L upon t. Take t on one side, you will have t is equals to L upon Vd. So let me call this as equation 2. So I got an expression for Q, I got an expression for T. Now let us go to the final one. I is current is rate of flow of charge, Q upon T. I put the value of Q from equation 1, value of T from equation 2. So NaLE divided by L upon Vd. Just simplify, L gets cancelled. So if you cross multiply, what is that? I is equals to NaE into V. This is an expression for current. I have written here current. Expression for current, but what is the current in terms of drift velocity? This is the most important term, Vd. So if you see this relation carefully, you can tell me for a given conductor, now electron density will be constant, this dimensions will be constant, E is a constant. Suppose this is a constant. Now how does the current depend upon the drift velocity? Very, very simple. I have written it here. I proportional to VD. The meaning is also very clear. Faster the electrons move, what will happen? More will be the current. If the velocity increases, naturally the current is also going to increase. So what steps will you remember in this small derivation? Figure, first point. Basic definition of current I is equals to Q upon T. Find the value of Q, find the value of T, substitute and get the final equation. So I have covered three important points here. First derivation is for drift velocity. Second is the definition and unit of mobility. And third one is expression for current in terms of drift velocity. So all these questions are very important from your exam point of view. These two derivations, this definition, all they will be asked for 1 or 2 marks. And also one more definition you have to remember, relaxation time. This definition is also asked for 1 mark. So this is all regarding today's lecture. Thank you.